What is up, my nerds and nerdettes? It is I, Nerdstalgic. I have come forth bearing fruits and gifts of Civilization 6. Hey, yeah, we're gonna do a Civ 6 Let's Play. So I've decided that I would do a random civilization, and I randomed Cleopatra. We're going to be playing on, what difficulty is this? I think I put it on, it's either on Chieftain or Warlord. I'm not very good at civilization games. It's weird. I've never really played them enough and dedicated enough time to, in my opinion, be very good at it. I'm really bad about wanting to have all the wonders, and I think that grabbing every wonder is kind of like a noob trap, which is why I'm a noob at the game. Anyways, so this is just going to be a fun Let's Play. It's not going to be a Let's Play where I'm going to be teaching you really anything. It's going to be more like, hey, I'm going to put this out there, and if you want to watch it, and if you enjoy hanging out, then cool. And maybe you guys can teach me some things, which would be awesome. You guys are normally very, very good about teaching me things in my other games, so I'm sure me being so absolutely terrible at Civ, you can probably teach me a whole hell of a lot of things, comparatively. So, in my other game, I've played a few other games of Civ, and I basically stumbled into a culture victory through wonder spam, pretty much, when I was going for a science victory. I don't really know what kind of victory type I want to go for with Cleopatra. I know that Cleopatra's like... Can we see what she... Yeah. This makes me kind of think this is plus 15% production towards districts and wonders if placed next to a river. That's pretty good, seems like. So we'll definitely be wanting to settle next to rivers and build next to rivers. It seems kind of diverse. Like, could go a lot of different ways with that. Yeah, you could wonder spam, but also it's going to help with just building districts. So if we get a river next to some mountains, that would be good for science or also for faith. Floodplains do not block placements of districts and wonders. That's good. And then the trade route thing, I mean, that'll help us to get gold for sure, and to stay solvent. I'm not really sure how we could entice other civilizations into trading with us. I'm not sure if there's a way that we can, get them to want to send, caravans our way. The Chariot Archer, I'm not really sure if it's good or bad. I'm sure it's probably pretty good, being that it's a unique unit. And then Sphinxes, I think, are pretty good. I want to say that I have, in fact, I know that I have dabbled with Cleopatra before, and I feel like Sphinxes were kind of like a jack of all trades improvement, so that's good. Probably, since I've already done a culture victory, I would kind of like to do something different. Maybe, domination just never really has spoken to me. I don't enjoy domination. I find it tedious. I find it cumbersome. So I would like to do science or faith, but I feel like faith would be a very cumbersome win too, unless it's on a smaller map. And I'm playing on a standard size map, so there's going to be 8 other people, or 7 other people, I should say, since I'm one of them. All right, well, enough of this jibber jabber on. Let's turn on our yield icons. I'm a noob, and I like to play with them on. So it has placed our settler by the mouth of a river. We can see that we have some desert to our northeast. You have some tobacco, some wacky tobacco here. Some rainforest, that's good. Stone right next door, awesome. And we've got like a lot of silver hanging out right up here, so that'll be good for trading. Got some rice along the river and some jade, so it's not too bad. We've got what, 3 luxury resources, so that's going to be helpful for amenities. And then the stone being so close like that, plus the rainforest, is going to help us out with making sure that we have early production. So I feel like this is a pretty good spot to settle. Generally, it seems like they do put your first settler in a good spot. I did have one game where I slid over just a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not, like, I've watched people before where they're like counting resources. You know, they're like, I mean, settling here, I guess the one negative would be that there's a desert tile right here, so we're not really getting anything out of that. We could go down here to the marsh, the marshy marsh. But I'm just gonna take it here. I'm gonna take it here, and that way it'll give you guys, if it's a really boneheaded move, it'll give you guys something to bitch about in the comments. That'd be cool. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. You guys are normally really good about not really bitching at me. Raw Cadet. I'm not really sure how you say that, but that's what I'm gonna go with. And as far as our warrior goes, I'm just gonna do a little exploration. Oh, my cat is starting in. Every time. Oh, more jade. Interesting. Wow, 3 jade? What? What is this, real life? Okay. So, I am going to go with the scout first so that we can kind of explore around and try to find some goody huts. And let's take a look and see where our citizen got placed. So, of course, we got one in the capital. And then our additional one is currently working the tobacco, which makes sense. It's going to be where we're going to get the best amount of resources for that one citizen. We could opt for like a floodplain tile to get more food and to grow quicker. But that would also slow down our scout, which it's pretty important to crank out that first scout, I think, to get those goody huts before the other civs get them. As far as research goes, I really like what Civ did with these Eurekas. I think that's a really cool idea. And the fact that I don't know, it's neat. I really think this is a great game. I've really enjoyed my time with it. The only negative that I've had playing Civ 6 so far has been that playing on standard speed feels really long. The game felt really long. I've probably started 3 or 4 games and I've only finished 1 because I'm one of those types of people, like, I love the start of Civ games, like the possibilities, you know, it's just so ripe, and I love it, you know, I love exploring and seeing what's on the map. And then once everything's kind of explored and I've found everything, I kind of lose that, I don't know, that excitement. And I'm really bad about if I know that if I save a game and walk away from it, I probably won't reload it. Now, of course, being that this is going to be a Let's Play series, I'm not going to be recording everything in one sitting, so that's going to force me to continue playing this game, which is good. It's good. Anyways, so what do we want to do? Probably, well, pottery's, I mean, good, but we're probably not going to take the grain. We probably wouldn't build a granary right off the bat anyways. I'm thinking we're going to go mining so that we can drop a mine on this stone and boost our production even more. Okay. Goody good. Nice. Nice. So typically my first you know, scout, warrior, whatever, I just make like concentric. Well, at first I kind of make it like a concentric circle, and then I send like one direction, one the other direction, and just kind of zigzag it back and forth and try to explore outwards. Looks like we're hitting some coast over here. I'm not gonna move anymore so I can get that goody hut next turn. So we're gonna pop in 5 and we'll scout in 4. That's good. We got a Eureka. So our knowledge of sailing has advanced considerably, which probably won't really help us. But we might settle on the coast some. You never know. But we're probably going to try to stay around rivers as much as possible. Okay. So our scout, we'll send our scout this direction.
Reconnaissance units like scout.
Tell me more, tell me more. Okay, another goody hut. Skip the turn. And maybe we'll send our scout this direction instead. Since the warrior, the warrior's already going this way. Send our scout up this way. Alright, paying dividends. Alright, so we made a scout. I think I probably will make another scout. I kind of waffle back and forth between 1 scout and 2 scouts. I'm going to go with 2 scouts. And if for some reason we end up being on some kind of a... So I went with a fractal map, so it's kind of... Don't really know what it's going to be like. If for some reason we don't end up needing 3 units exploring, we'll just bring back the warrior, and we can use the warrior for other things. Oh my god, really? I hadn't had this happen before, so we have produced a great work. Sandals of the Prophet, created by Martyred Apostle, relic 3720 BC, displayed in the Palace of Ra Cadet. Very good. So that's gonna give us some good early faith. Nice. Nice. Lovely. Yeah, I've not had a goody hut give me one of those before. It's pretty exciting. Alright. So that's pretty standard. That's generally what my goody huts have given me, has just been gold. Gold and Eurekas. I'd rather have the Eurekas than the gold, but whatever. Alright, so where did it put our... It must have put us on, like, some production. Yeah, put it on the rainforest. We'll probably do a builder next, and we're going to... First thing we're going to do is put a mine here, I think. I don't know. Because, I mean, if we put a mine there, it's only going to give us, what, 1 additional production? So it's going to, like, be equal to the rainforest? Alternatively, we could put a farm here on the rice, and I think that would give us 5 food, which would help us to grow a little faster. We're definitely going to make a builder. I mean, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a builder, and then we'll probably make...
When you find yourself in a hole, quit digging.
So mining unlocks mines, right? And then quarries. +1 production. Maybe a slinger and then a settler. Yeah. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna head in this direction, trying to kind of make that circle. No! Russia took the goody hut. Oh, you Russian
Здравствуйте,
bastards.
я царь Петр. Достойный правитель, подобный вам, должен ценить все самое изысканное. Любите ли вы искусство, подобно мне?
The AI in this game, I don't know. It seems like they all end up pissed off at me, but I think that's because in the games that I've played, I've been playing at such a low difficulty level just to kind of see the game and understand the game that it lets you be more broad with what you do versus like at the higher difficulty levels. I think you have to be specialized, you know, you like in what you build and in your goals and stuff, and I think that the AI likes that you know, you'll be able to strike common ground with the AI better when you are more focused, and you won't piss them off because, you know, like certain leaders, they're like, oh, you have more wonders than me, or you have more great people than me. So, anyways. Yes, let's exchange information. Okay, so his capital of St. Petersburg is right up there. Well, probably just turn back around then, because I don't know that we'll find much goody hut action up there. Okay. Probably go pottery at this point. Oh, well, thank you. I love caviar. You know, I'm not actually sure that I've ever had caviar in real life. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. It seems like I'm not. From what I understand, it's just very expensive. So it looks... I mean, there's definitely stuff to explore down here. But I think we might be able to get the job done with... Ooh, wow, okay, so we're going to be able to choose a Pantheon already. Great. Seems like we might be able to get the job done just with 2 scouts, since, like, we know that we've already hit coast this direction. So I'm probably going to bring the warrior back, and I don't know that we need the slinger. I don't know. I like having a slinger because it gives you a eureka for, I can't remember what, but it's good to kill a barbarian with a slinger because it gives you a eureka. Eureka! Sorry guys, I've got something in my throat and I don't really know what it is. Okay. Horsies. Alright, so this, we're going to send our scout this direction. This one's coming back towards us. And then we're going to cross the river there. Alright, so let's look at our Pantheon options here. We have Holy Site Districts gain +1 faith from Tundra. That's out. Desert Folk. Holy Site Districts gain +1 faith from adjacent desert tiles. That could be good. They do have a lot of desert. +1 faith from adjacent rainforest. Also not bad for us. +1 amenity to cities if they have a Holy Site District adjacent to a river. I like that because it seems like mid game amenities, especially if you're growing your cities pretty hard, amenities can be troublesome. Monument to the Gods, +15% production towards ancient and classic era wonders. I mean, it's good, but I don't know. +1 great person point from Holy Site, Campus, and Theater Square. Lady of the Reeds and Marshes, +1 production from Marsh, Oasis, and Floodplains. That's pretty good. +1 production for fishing boats. I don't think it's going to be very applicable for us here. +1 culture from pastures. I haven't really seen a whole lot around us that we're going to need to pasture. +1 food from camps. Kind of the same thing. +2 faith from quarries. +1 faith from mines over luxury and bonus resources. We do have an awful lot of... what is it? Silver. We have an awful lot of silver. And jade around us. That could be a possibility right there. +1 production from mines over strategic resources. Goddess of Festivals. I don't really think that's going to do much for us. Oral tradition. There is a lot of... we don't really... I thought that was rice, but it's sugar. +25% production. Nah. Bonus faith equal to 50% of the strength of each enemy unit killed within 8 tiles. Fertility rites. This used to be like my go-to, like when I was playing Civ 5, but I don't know that it's really that great. Religious settlements, border expansion rates 15%. I like that actually. I like popping border faster, especially in tight maps. Cause the harvesting a resource or removing a feature receives faith equal to the other yield's quantity. That's pretty... seems pretty good early game. And then I know you can plant trees like later in the game. And it could be okay later in the game too. I'm kind of thinking, how many desert? Do we have a lot of desert around us? What is this? Grassland. We have a lot of desert here. Here. Oh, there's a lot of desert. But we have to keep in mind that we need to settle next to rivers too. Which is why River Goddess seems pretty good. Ideally, we'd want to put our holy district next to mountains, though. Which up here would be pretty salty. That would be an awesome... This would be awesome, too. An awesome place for a holy site. This would be pretty good. But it's not next to a river. But it would be bitchin'. This one right here, man. Look at all the... Look at all the mountains around that. Golly. It'd also be really good for a campus. I think I kind of want to go religious idols because we see we have a lot of silver and there's also jade, and I'm thinking we have to mine the jade too, so I think that's gonna be good. I think that's gonna be good. Let's do that. I mean, you know, let's do that. Let's try it. Religious idols. Boom. So we got our Eureka towards mysticism. Awesome. Now we need to choose our production. So the game is recommending that we do a settler. However, I think we should probably do a builder first. Yes. Alright. We'll bring in the warrior back to town. The scout is basically going to be taking his place. We're going across the river. Yeah, wow. So there would basically be 1, 2, 3, 4 mountains around it. And is that a river? It is a river. Oh my god. Damn it. Damn it, man. So Russia got theirs too. It's pretty quick. Maybe we should go ahead and cap this guy. Let's do it. Get some experience points. I want to keep that scout away from our city. I don't really want a bunch of barbarians spawning in on us. On top of this sand dune. see anything. What's that giving faith? Huh.
Enacting new policy.
At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst.
Alright. Code of laws. So this lets us basically pick up our first policies. I really like policies. I think it's pretty cool. I think you can get pretty min-maxy with policies. I haven't really done so, but I think discipline's kind of a no-brainer for especially this early in the game. It helps your scouts to do better against the barbs, and it helps to clear those early barb camps. And then I feel like urban planning is a little stronger, like at the very, very beginning, when that one gear is worth a whole lot more, like relative to your total production. But God King, I think, is good to switch into fairly quickly too, especially if you don't already have a Pantheon and you need that faith, which we don't really need because luckily we got that great work. I'm gonna take urban planning probably until the next free policy change, or maybe the next one after that. I don't know. So, all right, and we want a beeline for we want to make a beeline for political philosophy to open up some more slots. So to get political philosophy, we have to have these two and these two. So we will go, let's see, what are the Eurekas? Improve 3 tiles, which we're going to be doing. Discover a second continent, which is kind of random. This also unlocks our Sphinx, which is good. +1 faith, +1 culture, +2 faith next to a wonder. Cannot be built next to another Sphinx. Can be built on floodplains. So, it's alright. So I guess, taking into account what we know about Sphinxes, kind of makes Egypt lean a little bit more towards a faith or culture victory. So if we Eureka this, it's going to cut it down to 12 turns. I think our builder is going to be coming out in 3 turns, and it's plenty of time to get some improvements so that we can get the full benefit out of that Eureka. So let's go ahead and take craftsmanship. Okay, here. Good. Maybe Russia won't steal it this time. And I want you to come back. Come back to me.
It is not the mountain
Hey, we found a
conquer,
natural wonder.
but ourselves.
Mount Everest. So that was why. I was kind of wondering if the reason that the faith was there was because there might be a natural wonder. So, like, this would probably be an amazing place for a holy site. I mean, it would just be an amazing spot for a holy site. Or maybe this one. Scout can promote. So something that I've kind of noticed that's a kind of min-maxy, if you promote, it's like you can't attack, right? But something that you can do, like if you promote at the start of your turn's done. Over. But if you can still promote, you see I have 1 of 3 movement. I can still promote even though I have moved. Use 2 movement points. So that's something to keep in mind with promotion that I found out. So let's see. Well, I feel like ideally we would have both of these. Let's do Alps. There are a lot of hills. There's also a lot of woods, so it's kind of like 6 of one, half a dozen the other. But we're going to want to get up here pretty quick. I'd say we probably would want to settle. Maybe here. Maybe. 'Cause it's on the river. We want to be on the river for the fresh water also. But if we settle here, then we can definitely expand out into here. Oh my god. That's like the dream. That's the freaking dream placement for either a campus or a holy site. Surrounded by mountains and a natural wonder. My god. That's gonna put out so much faith. Awesome. Alright, we'll fortify there. Awesome possum. If you take my goody hut. Eureka Masonry. Well, you're going this way. I guess we'll swing back down and go up through here. I guess. Builder will be done next turn. We'll have a pop in.
I thought clay must feel happy in the good potter's hand.
Good potter's hand. So, unlocks the granary, which is good. I mean, it's helpful. It gives us food and housing. But I feel like it's kind of unnecessary in the early game. There are better things, it seems like, to spend our hammers on. Okay, let's choose our research. So, we've got mining. So the only other basic one that we have left is animal husbandry, which we don't really need right now. I mean, we will in the future because we have sheep up here, and you know, potentially there are other animals on the board. What's this? Swine. We like swine. Riding is good because you know, it's better to drop campuses early rather than later. Astrology is also good because you can. Same thing. Opposite sides, better to drop shrines early than later, but also because Stonehenge is a pretty good early wonder to try to rush, so that you can get your religion founded ahead of other people, and get the conversions going. Let's go astrology, because I may actually pump out a Stonehenge. I'm gonna try really hard not to wonder spam this game, even though we're playing on a pretty easy difficulty. I'm gonna try to like not just pick every single wonder in the game, you know. Even though I could, I'm sure at some point I'll be able to, but I want to try to make decisions that would make sense even on a harder difficulty level. Okay, so we got our builder done. So do we want to make a slinger? I mean, slingers are good. Yeah, let's do a slinger. I mean, it's just good to have. And our builders. So we're going to go in here. What are we working right now? We only have 2 citizens. So right now they're working the rainforest and the tobacco. Well, we can improve the tobacco. If we put a farm here. No. So if we put a farm there, it's going to give housing and food. But if we switch over to working that tile, we're going to not be getting any production out of it. Although we are about to get a pop, which the computer loves to prioritize. Like, I mean, it makes sense, the tiles that have the most on it. So it'll probably throw it here. I feel like this is the better play right now. Anyways, you're gonna be there. cross over inventory. Yeah. Wow, so we hit coast again. Interesting. Okay. Go ahead and just fortify. And you go. Which way do you want to send you? Let's send you down this way. The unit cycling in this game is pretty wonky too. There is a way that you can go into the like text files and you can edit it out, like to change the unit cycling. It's not in the base UI of the game, but I'm kind of lazy. You guys know that. If you watch any of my other stuff, you know that I'm a little lazy. So, indeed, it did place it there. We're not gonna have another pop for 17 turns, but we're getting pretty good production. We're still gonna want to go ahead and improve tiles. So what makes the most sense would be to go down here and drop a farm. So we will put a farm there. And Eureka! So, nice. Irrigation will be easier. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. So like city here? And it's, yeah, oh my god, dude. Perfect. Perfect. We could put a campus there. The only problem with that is we have to wait. That's good. That's such a good spot. It's such a good spot. Such a good spot. What if we put a city here? We could put it here. Put a city here. And then we could put the holy site here and the campus here. That's gonna be bonkers. I mean, absolutely freaking nuts. Looking forward to it. Alright, well, I'm glad I sent this guy back that direction now because it looks like this scout's gonna be hooking up through there. Alright, so you got your farm. And then... so our border popped up onto the silver. I think we want to do that because our Pantheon here, +1 faith for mines over luxury or bonus resources, so that's going to give us an additional +1 faith, so do that. Even though we're not going to be working it right now. We will be. Uh-oh. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to escort formation. Yeah. Grabbers, aren't you? Okay. Who needs orders? Go here and here.
Our city-state neighbors have
Nice.
made a request of us.
So we found a city-state. Unfortunately, we're not the first. And they want us to recruit a great prophet. Well, you might be in luck. If we can pump out Stonehenge. Which, I mean, I'm not going to, like, go Stonehenge, you know, to neglect, to the neglect of pumping out a settler. We want to get that settler up here ASAP. Because we want that spot. Okay, our slinger is Red Eye. The only thing I don't like about slingers is that you have to be right next to the thing, whatever you're trying to target. That's a bit annoying. But they're pretty cheap to upgrade archers. It's only like 30 gold. So, builder, you're going to make 9. And indeed, that we did get it just in time. Good. I'm torn as to whether I like what they did with builders or not. I think I do like it. I think I like that they have made it to where builders have charges now, because everything I feel like that they've done with Civ 6 points towards them trying to make you make better decisions and think things through, and not just spam out like everything, every tile improvement you can, you know, building every building in this, you know, each city that you can. You know, it's I feel like it's a better learning process for playing on harder difficulties, because even at the lower difficulties you do still have to somewhat make decisions, which is good. Alright, we're gonna go settler now. We're gonna pop this settler, and then that's gonna be 7 turns. So astrology will be done by the time we get this settler done. We may go Stonehenge next, and I might buy a builder and then take the wood off this to speed the Stonehenge. I could even, I don't think I can chop the rainforest, but I could chop the woods. And if like it pops up here, we can chop these woods to make sure that we get that early stuff. Well, Slinger, you're going to fortify until that settler comes out. You need to cross the river. Russia is doing our bidding at this point. Thanks, Russia. Thanks for being a bro. Alright, you're going down here. Lots of mountains. I'm pretty happy with that. If we are going to try to do a faith victory, the mountains are going to be really important for us. So I don't know, finding that wonder early definitely makes me think that maybe faith is the way to go. Or finding that, getting that work of art.
We have recently gained advanced knowledge in city planning.
I don't believe in astrology. I'm a Sagittarius, and we're skeptical.
We're skeptical. Alright. So, astrology is done. Now I think we will go probably, I don't know, riding would be good. So that'll unlock the Chariot Archer, which is pretty good. 4 movement with starting in open terrain. Good, yeah, it's pretty good. Irrigation would also be good because it would allow us to improve our tobacco, give us an amenity, but we're not really hurting on amenities at this point. It'll also give us hanging gardens, but we're not going to build that. Let's do riding. Yeah, let's do riding. Okay, I think we're going to stop there for this episode. I feel like we went on long enough. And in our next episode, we're going to get this settler out. We're going to settle up here, and we're going to enjoy our beautiful view of Mount Everest. And hopefully we will continue to have a good time. Hopefully Russia will be cool with us. Hopefully. What's your agenda, Russia? What's your agenda? Westernizer. Friendly to those civilizations that are ahead of him in science and culture. Dislikes backward civilizations that are lacking in science. He should end up liking us then. Because we're, due to the low difficulty, we're probably going to stay ahead of him in both of those. One hidden agenda. Okay. Alright. Thank you guys for joining me. And until next time, game on.